Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So in this video we're going to tackle Renri OG's level 10 manifest. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So this one's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to show you one failed attempt and my suggestions on improving that, as well as two successful battles, one of which is a little bit more of a troll battle, and you'll see why later on in this video. So first of all, being that Renri is a fire type non-elemental fighter, we want to use either water or fire, because those would be the ones that would be damaging. She would be resistant to the other two elements. In this case, we're going to go with a non-zone team, OG Annabelle with Manifest, as well as a Mana, and of course Leclerc, as well as Shani Manifest. So the reason for that is her first turn is self boost 100%, and if you don't remove that stack with mana, she'll essentially hit your entire team for a non-elemental attack for 16,000 or so. And remember that type shields such as Mariel or Aurora Force will not mitigate that damage. Now in this case, we did do Deliverance Sword, which reduces power, as well as we had physical on, we had Guardian Soul, and so you can see that the damage was mitigated quite a bit. And of course, now that we have X Miglins on the manifest for Annabelle, she heals for 1200 every time she gets hit, which is perfect. And we can just keep on stacking our attacks of Epic Tail, Dragon Hand, which is obviously 3 hit. And the main thing with this one is make sure you have both shields up, which is the Practical as well as the Guardian Soul, and then make sure you also have your Deliverance Sword up so she takes all the hits, being that all her attacks other than the AoE is essentially all single target. So most of her moves in this battle are single target, and so you don't have to worry too much about it. Now one thing I will say, that as I was playing through it and playtesting this particular one, she does have one that applies guaranteed pain, and that's the Lasting Scars. So you can see it's 2 times 1600 or so, which is about 3000. And of course I heal for 1200, being that X Miglins helps with that a lot. But note the pain seems to last essentially forever, and unless you have a status removal such as a Mariel or some other healer of sorts, you're going to eventually lose Annabelle to this battle. So the other option is to essentially have another healer, and if you do that, your DPS is going to go down a lot. So it's not that you can't beat it this way, it's just it's going to take you on multiple AFs. So if you have the patience to do so that way, or if you're forced to, being that you don't have any zone characters or enough powerful DPS, I encourage you guys to try this out, because it seems that it's doable if I use a Mariel in place of, for example, one of the other DPS. It's just you're only relying on essentially one DPS, and that's going to take forever. So we're going to go with the more direct route. We're going to go straight on Water Zone against Renri and see where it's at. I will say ahead of time, this battle is not as elegant as I would have liked. And the reason for that is, honestly speaking, it's late tonight and I just kind of want to finish off the battle as quickly as possible. So I really do apologize for that. It's not a perfect strategy, but at the end of the day, as long as you beat the battle, of course, you do get your 100 stones as well as 1 gold award. So you can see where we're at. We're going to kind of essentially use a cheese move and AF bar with Water Zone. Keep in mind that we are using AS Annabelle at this point, so we are not using X Miglins anymore. We're going to use the Gujin Sword, which essentially allows Annabelle to do more damage if her HP is less than 50%. And for those who don't have AS Annabelle, during the AF bar, one of her moves becomes the Hail Kingdom, which essentially damages her for 30% of current HP. Now she can't drop below 1 HP, but that being said, as she does more and more of those, she takes more and more damage, which kind of sucks, because when Renri counters, you're going to get hit for a tremendous amount of damage. Now during the AF bar, I did cast Light of Vesta, and if you remember what Bria does as a 5-star, she essentially allows everyone to have 1 hold ground move, so that means any fatal attack will essentially leave everyone at 1 HP. It also has the side benefit of giving everyone a large regen, so you'll have a little bit more HP after the hit. So right there, Judgment, everyone got hit for mega damage, but we survived and we get a little bit of the HP recovery, about 500 or so. And we're just going to continue attacking the enemy, since that we have Water Zone available, and each of our attacks is going to power the AF bar quite significantly. Now, just in case you're wondering, if any of your characters die, you'll still be able to win under my setup with 3 characters, being that your half bar AF with Water Zone should be more than enough damage. Of course, if you have AF Annabelle, you could just kill it easy solo pretty much. But with Manifest Shani and Manifest Leclerc, even with Bria doing a couple of water attacks, it's more than enough at the second AF bar to finish it. So as you see, someone took a hit for the team, so not the best win, but I got it done. Alright, so we finally get to celebrate and have Renri's level 10 Sin Divider. It's glowing here. Nice!
Stop flexing, Will.
Honestly, I wasn't even going to flex there. That was a pathetic attempt at winning. But like I said earlier, I got it done, and it didn't take too long. I really do think that the first strategy would have worked if I decided to stay longer on the path and get that done. So let me know in the comments below if you tried that strategy and if it worked for you. There you go, another gold badge. And here we go, loadout as usual. I will say that now that I have AS Annabelle, it really does round out my water team. And moving forward, the only upgrades I'm really looking at is to get AS Leclerc with Manifest once that comes out in, from Global, which will still be a few months from now. After that, really, you really do have AS Foreign contributing a lot of damage when she comes out. And if I really wanted to put anyone else, I have, I still have these members, which are still pretty good. Manifest Shani, Manifest Dewey. I mean, all of them do have a place on a water team, and it actually makes a good or a great water team. Now, in this case, I still only have a level 60 Renri, a 4.5, so not really sure if I'm going to spend the 5 chance to upgrade her. Okay, so in our final example, remember I mentioned that you can either beat Renri with water or fire? We're going to use a fire team straight out, and we're going to use AS Garyu to generate a zone. And keep in mind that Renri OG does have an HP stopper, so you can't just power through a 2-turn AF and have it done, which is why it's tricky, because as soon as you get to that 50% stopper, she boosts herself one more time, which is the 100% boost for non-type, and then she's going to do right away that Judgment, which hits everyone for insane amounts of damage. That being said, we're going to do whatever we can and see how it goes. So we got zone established on turn 2, and we're just going to hit tons and tons and tons. And keep in mind that with Mana, I do have the Flare Thrust Grasta on her, so that she still can contribute to the zone, and every hit she does still adds to the zone since it is fire zone. Now, right there, automatically brought her down to 50%. So that's the easy part. Now, the hard part is surviving this particular part. So we do have a few options here. I'm going to actually VC in Gilda. He does have a power down move, and remember that he also has distortion, so he can continue applying power down and survive. And we do still have Mana here, and she's going to remove that large stack of 100% boost. There you go, power down. So with the power down, you do actually survive. It's only about 2,000, and once you cast Practical, it will actually give you a regen on your team and some physical resistance too. So it'll help you survive a little bit longer. But your team is going to take one right there. Sukiya died. We did apply distortion, and so we have one member lost. We're going to move another one to the front line. We still have Seti, and keep in mind that Fire Zone is still active, so every hit we do will allow us to power the bar more. And now Mana took one for the team. Not the greatest, and again, not the most elegant of battles. That's why I actually wanted to show you this particular one. It really was a troll battle, because I actually fooled around and seeing what strategies I could use with my fire team, and this actually worked out, but it's extremely RNG dependent. Bear in mind though that with the distortion and the physical, we were able to survive that AoE, although Renri as a 4-star, again, 3 members down. And you know where this is going, right guys? 4 characters down. We are building up the Celestial Saber stacks in order to end it with Calamity. Now at this point, you can already AF. So I actually didn't AF because I was silly there, but luckily Gildna did not get hit and Steady got hit, and we actually saw the full force of a Calamity with 5 members down. I highly would not recommend you to do that strategy, although if you have a more tailored strategy where you actually make sure a couple of characters die but not, let everyone die, that probably would have been better. So, hopefully you guys enjoy that little outtake, and I wouldn't recommend that strategy except for the fact that, Calamity can be used definitely to, if you are almost like a desperation move and a couple of characters have died, he will still bail you on. And especially, don't forget, I don't have any Fire Grasta on him. Imagine a few extra Fire Grasta with power, speed, or whatnot. He's going to do a fair bit of damage with Calamity, and you would have been able to end it right there. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.